Yes, victory. Welcome to Eagles Talk Postgame Show. I'm your boy Pat. Nichelle and Dante be on in moments. But welcome to Eagles Talk Postgame Show as we celebrate our Eagles victory as we beat the New York Jets 33-18. With some tough things that happened in this game, some tough losses that happened in this game with injuries and stuff of that nature. But we go into the bye week with a W in that last playoff spot in the NFC conference. Yes, about time we won in New York. Shout out to our Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Gardner Minshew, who basically his main receiver is Dallas Goedert the whole game. Wishing I'm not mad at it. Shout out to Miles Sanders for doing an outstanding job on the ground, getting over 120 yards rushing today. The defense finally did a little bit of something. We asked for them to do much more than that in the beginning. They were just letting Zach Wilson look like freaking Tom Brady back there. Aaron Rodgers. It's crazy. Hey, the Lions won. What about that? All right, yeah. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. First person in the room, Jeremiah Andrews. Good win. Good win. Yes, definitely a good win. We definitely did need that win. Drexel Davis, good win. And his boy win. Bird game. Yes. Win. Yes. William Still, yes, we did need that. 100%. We needed that victory. We needed to feel something better going into this week. Jeremy T said W. Yes, Eagles win. I actually got to see that again. What's up, Eagles family? Wayne Anthony, 12-0 versus we're 12-0 all time versus the Jets, which is kind of crazy. What's up, Dante? You there?
What's up?
Hey, man, we're 12-0 all time versus the Jets. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. A great win by our Philadelphia Eagles today. If you want to complain, there's some things we can complain about, but overall, we got a win out of it, 33-18. to 18. We'll take it after upsetting or disappointing loss last week when we expected to beat the Giants. We actually bounced back this week and beat a team we're supposed to beat. Wasn't encouraging to see some of that soft defense that we played. That was very, very discouraging in the first half. The bend don't break ultimately worked, and we won the game, but we gave up chunks of yards, man. We gave up chunks of yards. We didn't even stop them in the first half. One drive we stopped. They had 5 drives in the first half. They scored on 3 of them. We stopped them on 1, and then the clock ran out on the other one. So they were just moving the ball at will in the first half.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. It was kind of upsetting to see that a Jets team that has really no weapons except Elijah Moore was really going up and down the field against us, man. It was like what are we doing? Like, what are we really doing?
Yeah. But hey, look, I gotta give some credit to the New York Jets defensive line is young and big. You talked about them in the pregame, and those guys they're good. They are good on that defensive line. Even though we gassed them, I mean, Booby gassed them for 120 yards. Late when they needed some stops, when we could only get field goals, that defensive line stood up for them. Some of the play selection a little questionable, but I can't really knock what has been done today because it was a win. 33 points. I expected to see some offense. We did see the offense. We saw the offense move the ball up and down the field, especially in the first half. Let's bring Nichelle in here. Nichelle, how do you think? What do you think about our Eagles 12-0 against the Jets? See, it wasn't an omen. We were speaking it into existence.
And that first quarter was
Ooh, some suspect defense out there, but we got the W, like you said. It's all about getting that W.
Yes. I don't know. I really don't want. I want to take this time and just feel good about the win, but
And I want to choke Jalen Rager, but that's a whole nother story.
Man,
see, you got replaced, right?
Yo, why is he still on special
It's
teams?
elementary.
Who's our special teams coach? Because he could go too.
I have no clue. But
he could go too.
But it's elementary in the NFL. If you're going to not catch the ball and let it go a touchback, your feet should be either on the 1-yard line or on that goal line, and the ball needs to go over your head. This dude's on a 5-yard line watching the ball go to the 3. Like, dude, what are you doing?
They already on their BS. Look at this Dennis. QB1 forever Minshew. Come on. He has a little cult following, and y'all are donning him. See how quick they don these little privileged people. Stop playing. Ain't no controversy.
It's going to happen.
He did what he had to do. Like, come on. If that was a better defensive game, we wouldn't have scored that many points. Stop playing with me. We saw when the pass rush started to break down. He had to keep throwing it away. Stop playing with me. And where was Devontae Smith?
Oh, Devontae was. It looked like Devontae was hobbled. It looked like he had an ankle injury or something like that. I'll tell you this right now. That new kind of next turf. That's where you get most of your injuries from. You get most of your injuries from that new turf that they use.
Dennis, you're garbage. How about that?
Yeah,
it's just garbage. All right, let's go to some of these comments.
Hey man, can we do some shots? Let's do some shots.
Gannon
all right, I ain't doing no shots. Y'all got that. But
I'm sipping on some spiked cider. And I got the Jim Beam.
JT says bye next week. Yes, we need that. After Booby went down, he needs an extra week.
You donning him the number 1 QB. Like,
Sharif says, why aren't we using Quez more? Quez came up with some big catches today. He came up with some big catches today.
He did, but I like to see him and him and Smith get more touches. But
yeah, it was Goddard's day today. It was Goddard's day.
Yeah. But the commentators I was watching on the NFL app, they made a good point. What I've always been saying about actual play design. Mm-hmm. Like, we don't have plays that are designed for Devontae Smith. We don't have plays that are designed for Quez Watkins, like specifically design XO drawn up plays. We're still relying just on straight play action and not actual play design. And I think that's not really sustainable. They need to get a little bit more creative to get some of these weapons in the mix more.
I agree with that. It was great when he says, Jeremiah says it was the Jets. Speaking about Minshew, it was the Jets. he
You
still
got, you
has
got.
some underthrown balls in there. He's talking about Minshew there.
I mean, you
So
got relaxed.
They
It is
really
the
come
Jets.
apart today with the garbage. Like really,
Yeah,
really, are you
it's.
serious right now?
We're not even going to entertain it.
Like
The
it's
thing
the
about it is,
Jets. Like get at
yeah.
me if he beats Tampa. Get at me if he beats a real team. Like come on. Are you serious right now? Our run game is what kept us winning
yes,
that game.
Mhm.
oh
Let's be
definitely.
clear. Like y'all act like y'all don't even know football.
Come
Get your
on
low
now.
football IQ. Get out of here
Here
with
we
the
go.
nonsense. Why you got such a hard on for Hurts? But you like him secretly or something? You want to date him?
Uh,
Dion
Gardner.
said, if you can't drink after a win, when can you?
Trolls? I don't even
Dante
think
be
they're
getting
Eagles
drunk with
fans.
neighbors, then he be dissing us. No, 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 it's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. I have to have some hers in here. I got to be able to talk to you guys. I took 4 shots in
I'm gonna drink
pregame.
the whole time because these people done, we won and they still
But come
up
on,
in here with
let's
this
do the
BS.
shots. You are watching Eagles Talk, the post game show. Our Philadelphia Eagles victorious over the New York Jets today, 33-18. We feel good about that, and we talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So it's shot time here after a big win. So everybody, let me know what you're drinking. Pat is probably doing the Terramana.
Yes, I am.
And
I made
Michelle
a
is doing
spiked cider. You
a
see my
spiked
cinnamon
cider.
stick, and I got the cranberries, and half this cup is Jim Beam.
Let me know what you're doing out there. So
Jim
come on,
Beam.
let's do it. I'll take a little dab
There you
myself.
go.
Ah,
There you
peer
go.
pressure.
I gotta get a
All right.
clap for that.
All right, that's a little dab. Ain't nothing. All
Little,
right, here we
little,
go.
little
All right,
tweak.
after this Eagles win, to our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
To victory.
Eagle.
Whoop
Yes.
whoop.
Yes.
Yes.
This is victorious, man. I feel good. And Robert Lee actually put up a great comment. It's going to take up the whole space right
Break it
there.
down. Break it down. You can
So
block me for this comment. Break it down, Robert.
All
Break it
right,
so
down.
I'll
let
put
me
it
see
up
what's
for
going
you.
on. All
You
right.
got it. You got it.
All right, Minshew did his job today as a backup, and a backup is good for 4 to 6 games, if anything. We roll with Hurts, a D. She is right. No actual play design for certain receivers except for Goddard, which is why he was over 100 yards receiving, and because there were no receivers getting open, Sanders looked good on the ground running the rock. Yes, that's a good
Break it
assessment.
down. Break it
That's a good
down. Break
assessment.
down the X's and O's because some of these people don't know X's and O's. Break it down.
So we had a great offensive performance, which I expected today. Some of those drives we had to settle for 3, but I'll take them in this environment and against this team. It wasn't like although we made them look good in the first half, but it wasn't like we were going against Tom Brady or anything like that. So I take the 3s. They wouldn't have been safe against a better team. You know that. We have to learn how to convert some of these drives. We came up. We left a lot of meat on the bone on some of these drives we
A
could have
lot.
scored on.
Yeah. I mean, we only punted once. But at the same time, after we scored our last touchdown, everything else was field goals. Shout out to Jake Elliott. He's perfect for today. I think it was 4 for 4. I think it was.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and he's on my fantasy team, so he's doing a good thing for me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake. But
Yeah, I'm
for the
playing
long
Pat
run,
this week. It's a little close. It's a little close.
Ooh,
but in the
I
long
am
run,
playing the number 2 team. I'm the number 1 team. I'm
And I'm
playing
I
number
number
got
2.
three. I done
Who
dropped
got
the
to do
number
this.
who
three.
is Danny Ritchie? I didn't know who Danny Ritchie is the owner of the number 2 ranked team in the fantasy
Mhm.
league, and he hit me up on the Facebook page because it is a close game. I think he might be leading now, but I was always wondering because I watch everybody's progress and everything, the win streaks when you lose and stuff like that.
I
And I'm
know.
like, dude,
I had
this
some
number 2
L's.
guy is a serious threat. I got to keep
Yeah.
my eye on who is this guy. And he hits me up, and I'm like, damn it, Danny,
Look,
it's
you
you.
came and took my number 1 spot. It's your turn.
I know he is coming for me. He made a genius move. He picked up Minshew. He picked up Minshew and played him today. So I'm going to be losing because my team did well
I
against
actually
me.
picked up the Redskins quarterback to replace Jalen Hurts today.
He had Minshew and Goddard today, and they had excellent days today. And
Well,
that might be the demise of my team, and
I
I
just
may
gotta let
be
you know,
number 2 after this week.
I picked up Gainwell. Yeah, I picked up
Oh
Gainwell.
wow!
He gave me
Nice.
19 points
Nice.
against you. Against your
Well,
-1 right now.
but getting back to this game, man, we had an excellent game today against the Jets, albeit. But these are the games we're talking about. We supposed to win, so we won it. So let's move on to the next one. They're all winnable games. Let's win the games that we can win. Let's win them.
Yeah, you're
We
right.
can do that.
You're 100%
Somebody
right.
said we left the whole damn turkey on the bone. No, we could
We
have,
did.
for real,
We could
Like,
put up 50 points against them.
we
We
should
should
have
have
put up 50,
put 50
points,
points
but we
against them.
weren't.
Um,
We weren't. And how old is Minshew compared to Hurts? Since we
they're around the
still.
same age. They're like a year apart or
Yeah,
something
they're
like
not.
that. I'm not
Minshew
too.
is young
Yeah.
too. He's only like in
He
his
look.
third
He
year.
look. He's aged.
Yeah.
That's the Uncle Rico look. When you got that
I
handlebar
ain't mad at him.
mustache.
No, I love his energy. I love what he brings to the team. Do not get me wrong. I am not by far a Minshew hater. I love his little cult fan following that wears his headband with their mustache and his sunglasses. So I'm
Definitely.
all about it. I have a total crush on Mulata too, man or
Yeah,
woman.
yo, Melodic killed this guy on his pool. Like me and JT was talking about at the same time. Like he went out there and basically destroyed the guy. I was like, yo, I was like,
Yeah.
he's serious. I mean, once he gets better in his technique, he's going to be the best left tackle in the game. Hands
Oh
down.
man.
I have no question about that. I have no question about his athleticism. His power is already there. It's just once he refines some of his things of football, as far as that position, he's going to be unstoppable. He's going to be an unstoppable force. You're not going to be able to go around him at all.
All right, Toby says, "Shit, we left 4 TDs on the
I'm
field.
saying.
Yeah, we did.
We
I'm
did. We
saying.
left a lot. I
But
was
you know,
like,
They
Minshew,
shouldn't even had 18 points. Like,
yeah.
not to bring a negative on a win, but come on. We was playing that soft cotton ball
Yeah,
defense the
yeah.
first half, and that was killing me. How they going to score back to back and just run up and down the field? The Jets.
yes, the Jets. Oh my goodness, man.
That
And
was
even late
yeah,
in the
that was
game, they were getting chunks of yardage, and because we were back in that soft ass coverage. Jonathan Gannon's he's got to do better because against a better team, I don't know if we get away like we did
I don't
today.
even think we blitzed today. I really don't even
I
think
mean,
we
we
blitzed.
made him pay a couple times, but Zach Wilson probably should have been on his butt a little bit more.
Yeah,
I
we-
mean, when
we-
they hit him, though, they hit him hard. I was
Yeah,
like,
they
"Ooh,
hit him.
Lord.
Yo, Coleman, Marcus Epps put a hit on Coleman at the end of the
Epps
game.
was
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
cut
Yo,
me a check
Coleman.
today.
Coleman got up and he staggered. He had to go to the sideline. Like I'm like, that's
Yeah.
football. That's
And
what we
and the
looking
run didn't even count
Yo.
because it was a penalty against the
Yeah.
offensive
Epson
line.
was
So,
really on his sleigh today.
for. Yeah.
yes, he was.
Really
he
on his
was.
sleigh
A
today.
couple things though before we go forward. We had 3 main injuries. We had Steven Nelson with the shoulder. We had Miles Sanders with the ankle.
Yep.
We also have Jason Kelsey with the knee. We don't know the severity of any of these injuries as of yet. I'm just hoping it's just basic stuff that these players get better, and plus we get a bye week. More importantly, the main
need
ones.
that.
Those are the 3 main guys that we need right now in this late run, especially Jason and Miles. We
Oh,
need these
yeah.
guys healthy. We need. I understand the shoulder thing, so this bye week is going to be good for Steve Nelson to come back with. But more importantly is with the ankle injuries that we sustained today on this turf that they played on. I really hope that Jason Kelsey comes back. He's okay. He's nothing severe. It's just a little hurt injury that he suffered like last week. He gets over it, and that bye week makes him heal him up. He got that Wolverine healing factor. And Miles Sanders, he definitely needs this bye week.
Definitely need the bye week. The bye week is very important. And luckily for us, it's coming up next because those 3 players that you just mentioned we need them during this stretch down the run here. So we need them to get healthy. Booby again. Woo, we talked about in the pregame about Booby, but hopefully it's not that bad. Hopefully 2 weeks is all they need,
Yeah,
especially
I hope it's
for
more of
Booby.
like a contusion and not something because he got hit. He didn't twist it. He got hit on his ankle. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's just a contusion. And I
I
agree
saw
with William about the wide receivers
Mhm.
not getting open. That goes back to play design.
It
All
does.
you folks that don't know X's and O's.
But it also goes back to the wide receiver coach and how the intensity he puts on these wide receivers because you got to run the route. You run the route just like you would run the route if you're not going to get the ball. You got to run every single route the same. That's what makes these great receivers great because they run routes even though they know they're not getting the ball. They run them hard each and every single route. They run hard, and these receivers they're not running once they get to a certain position on the field, they stop. They look around for the quarterback instead of continuing running and making themselves available for the quarterback. You have to make yourself available. You can't do anything if you don't make yourself available.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
just running the
that's
route,
back to
and then they're
coaching.
not
Yeah.
really going, trying to
Yeah.
get open.
That's
After you
that's
run the
back to
route and it's
coaching.
not there, now it's street ball. Now you got to get
Exactly.
underneath.
Right,
They got
You
right.
got to.
You let them pitch and catch on us. Stop playing.
breaking news.
What's
Uh,
that?
the pick became official today. We got a first rounder.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot to mention that in the
I forgot
pregame.
that too. I
But
just
this was
saw it.
happy 75% of the plays day for Carson Wentz and in Indiana, and he has played, and this game is over. So we're going to get that pick, even if they bench him today and he doesn't play anymore. He should have covered 75%
Yeah.
of the plays for this year. So we are going to be awarded a first round pick from the Indianapolis Colts, and that's good for us. So now we're going to have 3
Yay.
first round picks, and I say we get 3 defensive players. That's what I want. I want 3
I'm already set
defensive
on my
players.
first two guys.
I know you are.
Jordan
I know
Davis,
Pat
Adrian
has
Hutchinson.
all of them.
Jordan Davis, defensive tackle number 99 from Georgia, and Adrian Hutchinson, defensive end from Michigan, number 97. They're monsters on the defensive side of the ball on the line. Get those guys.
Yes.
Now
I
Then we
want
can find a
I-
mine's a little different. I want the pass rusher. I'll take him. I want a linebacker,
Oh,
and
we
I
can get
want a
linebackers.
safety. I want a safety, a
Yes.
linebacker, and an edge rusher.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Can
I mean,
we
I
get
need
back
a
to when people
safety,
were
a
afraid
playmaker
of our
safety.
safeties and our linebackers?
I'll tell you right
Come
now,
on
Dante, if we get those two guys, I mean, I don't care what else we go after in the draft. We get those two guys.
No,
We're
no.
going to cause
Give me a safety.
havoc. You remember what the Washington football team defensive line did last year? The rest of the defense wasn't good, right? It was just their defensive front. The defensive front caused havoc, which helped them win games and get to the playoffs last year. So if you solidify your defensive front,
We
you
got
have
a lot
defensive front.
invested in them already. We need a D
Listen,
line. We need a
Barnett
pass
is
rusher
leaving.
on the D line.
Barnett is leaving. Graham
So
is
give
gonna
me
be
a
coming off
D
an
line,
injury.
a DE.
Fletcher Cox, y'all be saying getting rid of Fletcher Cox already. We already gonna be losing 2 defensive tackles anyway. We might as well draft another defensive tackle, a defensive end that actually can do stuff. You getting rid of Kerrigan, so you're going to need a defensive tackle. Defensive end. So you're going to need these guys, and why not get the best ones in the draft? This draft is huge.
And
when it comes to
linebacker,
those
come on.
spots.
How long are we going to keep ignoring that we need linebackers?
Yeah, can we get another Axeman?
Can we
No,
get-
we
Like,
get Dean
come
too. We can
on.
get Dean from Georgia. Listen, you gotta go SEC for defense. Anything else you can't go. You gotta go SEC for defense, SEC for offense.
Our
Boom.
resident scout, ladies and gentlemen. Our resident scout. Somebody mentioned the receivers not
Mhm.
getting open or
Yeah.
not getting enough separation.
Ooh, what
We
about this?
We don't talk about that. Oh, I know. Look at Twain just like
Twain, you just
shitting on the
Twain.
whole
Why you?
parade right
Sometimes
now.
you be all right. This sometimes you just be like,
Nah,
that,
man. If we do that, we messing our future up. I'm to be honest with
to
you.
get
We're
to go
messing
get
up-
Watson. you
We're
think
messing our
we
future
gonna
up
get-
because you
No.
got to realize a team is more than one individual. The
Yeah,
team
it
is
is.
all is moving parts. How did we win a Super Bowl? We won a Super Bowl because
'Cause
each
we had
individual
everything.
each
Yeah,
individual
yeah.
part of the team did their job and was effective at doing their
Mhm.
job. Well, we don't have that at this particular point. You
Mm-mm.
don't have everybody doing their job and being effective at doing their
Even
job.
get a punt return. And y'all
Yeah,
talking about betting
yeah.
the house
Nah.
Are
Nah.
you
No,
kidding me?
we
Like,
need
do you
players, man. We need
manage
players.
anything? Have you been in charge of anything to understand you have to look at the bigger picture? Come on now.
Yeah, but I
That's
don't
crazy.
get and Dwayne's defense here. We talking about Howie, and we talking about didn't
True.
I just see a
True.
report come out that he was not completely sold on Hurts? Did I just see that just recently, like in the last day or so? So we talking about Howie here. It's a possibility. I hope he does not do it, but we talking about Howie. That's all I can say. We're talking
We
about Howie.
never know. It's an X factor. I don't think we can call it because we always think we know what they're going to do, and they do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Look at this. We found out that they never called Eric Bieniemy, but I think Reed had said that from the rip that like no, they didn't. They lied about that. So
Right.
and we're here stuck with this coaching experiment, trying to point fingers on the one person we should blame this season on, and it's not. There's a lot of holes on special teams. There's some holes in the backfield of defense. Our O line, they are the men at run blocking, but our pass blocking is still subpar.
It is.
Still, our
It is.
plays can't develop. Yeah, Minshew knows how to check down and throw that shit away, but we can't even get a playoff because they're already in the backfield. They have a weakness when it comes to pass blocking, and then we have zero play design whatsoever. We don't have any customized play design, and all of those things are going to hurt us no matter who the quarterback is.
So it
You're
looked like
right.
Boobie Miles' injury is not too serious. He's joking and everything right now and says he should be okay for in 2 weeks. So we're still waiting. I'm still waiting for any information on Jason Kelsey.
All right, here's Twain again. He says he likes Hurts, but he thinks the organization wants to make a splash at QB. Laurie says he likes the elite passing game. We know that. Laurie loves the elite passing game. And I see the point that he's making. I see it. That's just who Laurie is. He likes a big passing game. Maybe Hurts is not doing it for him. I don't know why not. When you put W's on the board, that's all that matters to me.
Right? Can you make it to the playoffs? Are you
Right.
resilient enough to come back from behind? Like there are sometimes it's way more than just, oh, I like to see a big passing game. That's rich man tower, white tower thinking.
Let's think
Like
about this. Let's think about that.
what?
Let's think about that.
You
Let's
want to win. You want your franchise to,
yes. So
to add value. Value comes from what? Playoffs
yeah,
and Super Bowls.
let's put this in perspective. All right, we talk about a big play offensive passing game, right? The Chargers for a very long time with Phillip Rivers had a big play offense passing game, but they got nowhere. They didn't do a doggone thing, right?
Thank you.
They didn't do a
Sell
doggone
it.
thing.
Sell
They
it.
could. They were good for at least 9 or 10 wins. If they
Mhm.
got into the playoffs, they were exiting early because that's all there was about passing
Yeah.
the passing game, and everything gets put more in a smaller bubble when you're in the playoffs. Now everything that you do good is going to be put on a microscope, and we're going to take that away from you. So,
But if I'm Laurie and I'm arguing that point there, I'm saying the last time I won the Super Bowl, I had an explosive offense. I had an aerial
But you had
attack. I actually
everything.
but you had
won the
everything.
Super Bowl
But you had
with an aerial
everything.
attack. So why wouldn't I want to see that duplicated
You
if I
had
could?
runners, you had
You had a running
everything, and
game.
you had
You had
play
a running game.
design. You had coaches that knew how to draw the X's and O's on the board for specific talent. You don't have that right now. With Nick
Trust me.
Sirianni, you think you're gonna be able to draw up some plays for a Super Bowl?
Well, maybe we not seeing Nick's plays right now because he don't have the personnel. He switched to the running attack. We seen him when he led with his pass offense of theory there that early in the first 3 or 4 games when he wanted to impose his passing game philosophy. He didn't have the personnel to do it, and he had to revert back to the running game. So maybe he has some plays we just don't see him because this personnel is not capable of pulling it off. I don't know.
So
Who
let's
knows?
throw you something out there. You talk about a Super Bowl. We won a Super Bowl throwing the ball. Yes, we did win a Super Bowl throwing the ball. But also in that game, we had a team high of 164 total rushing yards. LeGarrette Blount had 90 rushing yards. So we were, even though we had to throw the ball 44 times, we had almost 400 yards passing.
You're playing the Patriots. There's no
You know,
choice but to throw the ball that
you
much.
had to run. You ran the ball to set everything up. Then once the scoring started going back and forth, of course you had to throw the ball. But the thing
Mhm.
about it, the whole dynamic about it is that team was a running team. That was a physical team. You remember against the Minnesota Vikings when Garrett Blunt ran over and Sadehu, right? And you know, we was like, oh, that's how it should be. When we scored our second touchdown, when Garrett Blunt ran through and scored his touchdown, you know, oh man, we scoring on the ground, we scoring in the air. You can't. We's a
You can
well-rounded
do whatever.
team. So this
Yes,
team right now
yes.
is a physical team that needs that physical receiver to take them over the top.
Put
To
up
take them
Leaky,
over the
Leaky
top.
Leaks comment. He's right. He's had some good points about when we going to talk about the execution of our receivers.
Mhm.
The
They're
question
not.
with
They're not.
people wanting a better passing game is who are we passing to?
Mhm.
Not one of these guys is proven. That's the point.
That's a point. That's a
I
huge
the
point.
separation thing is an issue,
Mhm.
but nobody thinks it's an issue. They just think, that only Hurts can control how the receivers run their routes, apparently.
All right, Quavo says, sit your rich ass in the owner's suite and let the players play. They have too much input on the actual game. Just sign the checks and let the team bring home the W's.
If
That's
only.
that's
If
that's what we
only
would like to see, but
we
that
would
is
I gotta
not.
do
love
We all agree with that, Quavo. We all agree with
that.
that, but that's not who we're dealing with. We're not dealing with that type of owner and GM here. That's
Mhm.
just not what we're dealing with. They've won a Super Bowl. How you gonna
Yeah.
tell these
he
people
does run out of ideas. Y'all are funny.
they
Yeah,
won
he
a Super
did.
Bowl, man? They not listening to us. They're not listening to us. All
I
right,
give
Dion
Sirianni
says
his props. I give him a little props,
credit
Sirianni.
Sirianni for finally switching to what works versus what he liked to see.
But I would
Yeah,
like to see him do something with his receivers. He's lacking in designing things and getting them coached up so they can get separation, they can get open. They have a lot of talent in the wide receiver core, but it's not being utilized properly.
that's
There's
that's my
no way
neighbor there.
Devontae Smith should not have at least, 50 to 80 yards a game, at least
Yeah,
on some
yeah.
big catches. But he doesn't because he's not getting separation and there's no plays that are designed for him to get
Mhm.
separation. Take away the double team that he faces a lot. There's a lot of different levels to this shit, and some of y'all just ain't on that level.
And then and feature him. Yeah, I mean, I like to see him featured in a couple plays there. I
Okay.
mean, like where he's the first and even maybe the second option. I mean, where you're looking for him, the primary. Like I saw that today with the Goddard plays. You saw the Goddard plays were Goddard
Oh yeah,
plays. They
they was
were for
Goddard. They was
Goddard.
straight up Goddard plays. Yeah,
Hmm.
Goddard.
You know what I
Goddard.
mean? Let me see some
Today's
a
game
package
plan was
for
for
Smith
Goddard.
out there.
You know, today's game plan was strictly for Goddard and Minshew because they work together a lot. Because you can
Hmm.
realize, Minshew was throwing to Goddard. Goddard getting tight ends. They have this insane thing. And the thing I said in the chats earlier said, Goddard's going to have a big game because of Minshew,
And he did.
and he had his biggest game of his career.
Yeah, he did. That was a good thing to see. The first touchdown, even the second touchdown was a beautiful throw to
Mhm.
me. That on off his back foot, man. That
Allen's
was
not letting Sirianni off the hook. He said, "Hell to the no."
Nah,
it took Sirianni 8 weeks before he started to run the ball. Credit, really? It would have only took 2 weeks for Helen Keller to start running the ball.
I'm not mad at the comment. Not mad at the comment. You kind of got a
uh,
point.
Leaky comes back, says Sirianni only switches anything versus bad teams. Notice against good teams, we losing by halftime, and it's due to conservative play calling, no fight, straight fear.
you're right.
Well,
You got to be aggressive. You really need to be aggressive and stop with this soft ass defense first and foremost. And you got to realize take advantage of what you can take advantage of. If you know they're double teaming freaking Devontae Smith,
Mhm.
no corner in the league can press Quez Watkins.
Wes,
The, the
yeah, get
the
my
only
man
person
the
I
ball
would say that
more.
could press him is Jalen Ramsey. You
there's
know,
Ramsey, I was about to say.
so take advantage of that. Take
Mhm.
advantage of that. You're not taking advantage of that. You're not game planning for these things to happen. You
But
know
no,
the types of teams going to double team your main
he was
receiver.
not our concern today. Why are you letting this guy off the hook? Williams
Oh
says
no, no, I'm
Gannon is in
definitely
way
not.
over his head. That was a bigger problem with me today. Was the defense, the way they looked. Offense, I mean, they put up enough points there, and it
To
got
win,
such
yeah.
to win the game there. But the defense, man, it was shaky. It was
Yeah, the
scary.
first half, I
The
mean, they
first
made
half.
their adjustments, which is good, but the first half, like at this point in the season, we know what our defense is capable of. That soft ass zone. Somebody said it earlier. Brady will eat us up
Hmm.
with
Yes,
that
yes.
soft ass
It's not
zone.
even Brady. It's not even Brady. I'm not even getting to Brady. You talking about Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers,
Right?
he back there smiling. He'll be back
Yeah,
Yeah,
there smiling
thanks.
like this.
Thanks.
Really,
Thanks for playing
really.
10 yards off.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah.
The
Because it's
thing
all
about
about
it,
moving the ball up and down the field.
yes.
It's all about moving the ball. We
I love
you don't need 50-yard chunks. And if you give these future Hall of Fame quarterbacks time, they're just going to take chunks of 10, 12 at a time. They'll just move it
man, listen.
methodically down the field and score a touchdown. So this defense has got to be better in and allowing these guys to be more aggressive, because that zone, every time you go to that zone, you know exactly when we're in the zone, when the other team is getting chunks of yards like that.
Hmm. I'm tired of seeing the team in third and 3, and we're playing 7 yards off these guys. I'm tired of seeing that. Like as a
You
guy
be
that
having
played defense,
conniption in the chat.
I'm looking at it, and I just turn my head away from the game. I said, "This is a first down. Easy. That's an easy first down. It's an easy
Mhm.
first down." Listen, if I was playing quarterback, matter of fact, if that no, you know what, Nichelle, if you was playing quarterback and you saw that, that was an easy first down. All
Oh my
right.
goodness. All the time. Every time. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks for playing off. You just gave me a whole open field to play with at that point.
We talk about the team. We talk about teams about Minshew checking down all the time. Teams don't have to look deep against us. All you gotta do is check down. You'll get 5 to 6 yards off a check down.
All right, Dion says, well, Alan, it takes a lot to swallow certain pills, like going against what you like to do, especially when you're a rookie head coach. There's a busload of dudes, most no longer head coaches or employed at all, that took way longer than 8 games to make adjustments. He's defending our Sirianni there.
Mm. That's why we get
Sirianni,
divorced. Yeah,
Sirianni,
John's right.
he's made some strides, and he's still, that's the growing pains of having a young coach like him, new to the job, never head coach before, never play call before, and now we have to grow with him. We have to
Mhm.
go through those growing pains with him, and we saw it the first 3 or 4 weeks. And he finally made the adjustment. To go to the run game, and has been
Mhm.
successful ever since. I mean,
Except
that's
last week when he went away from it the whole first half, but we won't
yeah.
go there.
Yeah, like something that works. If you're able to be productive running the ball, gets a 9-man front. The week before that, they had a 9-man front. That means they only have 3 guys in coverage. They had 2 corners and a safety. They had a 9-man front, and you was able to eke out 6 yards, get a first down consistently. And against the number one running defense, against a team like the Giants, that should be a no-brainer. I'm coming out running the ball because if the Saints can't stop me, no way in hell can the Giants stop me. And it was true. It was true. You go to the second half of that game, we put up 200 yards rushing the ball.
Mhm.
Easy. We could have put up 300 yards, and we did that in the beginning of the game. This coach got to understand what this team is about. We always go to, are you finally figure out what these players are capable of? Before you became the head coach, even after you became the head coach, you should have sat down and looked at every single player's game film to see what the hell they could do. Not figure it out during the season. You should have already had this stuff figured out.
Dante, you were saying about the LBs, Leaky Leak got your back.
Yeah,
Got
people
your
question
back.
these LBs, but these safeties literally make one or more, two
Mhm.
plays a game. I watch other teams and their defense is ran by the safety. This is an extremely underrated problem.
It
I told
is.
you I want a safety in the draft. I told you
I
I want a
do.
safety. And
Listen,
a linebacker. Give me a safety, a
so I'm gonna
linebacker,
do
and a
this.
DM.
I'm gonna do
That's
this.
what I
I'm
want.
gonna do this. I'm gonna tell you who I want. I want Jordan Davis. I want Adrian Hutchinson, and I want either Hamilton or I want my guy from Penn State. I mean, that's my three guys. And Hamilton is a safety. My guys from Penn State is a safety. So I mean, that's my three defensive guys. I don't care if we go offense in the second and third round. In the first round, we need to go all defense.
Yeah, we do. We need some playmakers. We need some difference makers on the defense. But again, to Michelle's point, it means nothing if the coaching is not going to be on par. You know, you got to be able to put these. If you get talent like that, you can't waste it. You can't waste it. You got to if you get monsters like this, you got to let them be the monsters they are. You can't have
Come
them
on
out
now.
there playing soft and no. So I don't know. Jonathan Gannon I think he's coaching. He needs to be coaching for his job the last 5 weeks. I mean, last 5 games.
I don't think he's
Look,
coaching for his job. I think he might. Well, Jonathan Gannon he leaves a lot to be desired. I'll just put it that way. I did want him out of here, and he did change the philosophy a little bit. Then he reverted back. Um, who the heck are we going to hire? Let's be honest. Who's going to come here in a year and change our defense without the right picks to a championship defense?
it's scary. Having
Mm.
all these newbies on the coaching staff is I think that's the core and the crux of most of our problems. Like I don't. It's scary to me.
Yeah.
It's scary because we have to watch them
He
grow.
said
We have
Jim
to hope that
Schwartz.
they grow in the right direction. Jim Schwartz.
We do. We have
Hold
to
up,
hope
no,
that this
wait
is
a
not a
minute,
failed
wait a minute.
experiment, but we are letting these dudes learn on the job at the highest level there is.
Yeah.
Like you posted earlier, there are proven coaches that don't have jobs, but yet we're letting this crew learn on the job. That's scary to
Well,
me.
that was like Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid was a quarterbacks coach, a tight ends coach, a quarterbacks coach.
Yeah, but he
But
was
Andy
the
brought
only
in
one. He
he
brought
brought
in
in veteran
experience.
Yeah,
coaches.
he
Thank
did.
He
you.
brought in
He
a
did.
veteran defensive
He did have a
coordinator.
veteran
He
defense
brought in a
coordinator.
veteran offensive coordinator. Although he called plays and all,
It's not the
it was
same.
But
it
he
was
still had the issues. You got to realize he still had those
Yes,
issues his
I'm
first
okay
year
with that
of
if he's the
developing
only
his
newbie.
how he should be as a head coach and as an offensive play caller. We're not giving that same flexibility to Sirianni.
No, I give him
Jonathan
the
Gannon on the other
flexibility.
hand,
It's all the new coaches
yes,
around him I'm
Jonathan
not
Gannon on
giving
the other hand,
flexibility
he
to.
he
Sirianni earned that.
he
But the
came here
rest of them,
highly recommended.
mm-mm,
He came here
mm-mm.
highly recommended, and he's not living up to the recommendation. He's not living up to that whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Jonathan Gannon came with a lot of, they were talking about him being a hot candidate for defensive coordinator. That was the next step for him. And so we felt privileged or
To have
lucky
him.
to be able to have him on the staff. But I don't know if he's living up to the hype. He's not
It would
living
have
up
been
to the hype.
nice if he had some years or at least 2-3 years as a DC first. It's okay if your head coach is stepping into that role from an assistant, whatever, but you can't have all these people stepping into roles they ain't never been in. That's too much.
All at one
Our
time.
cousin,
So
our cousin Joyce is on there. She said,
Hey
"What's the
Joyce.
deal with the quarterback contract?" It's none. Actually, I'm just looking at the press conference here as it rolls up on my screen. Sirianni said there's no controversy.
I love both our
Jalen Hurts.
quarterbacks.
Jalen Hurts is our quarterback, our starting quarterback when he's healthy.
Yep.
all right, subject of the week.
And I love
quarterback controversy.
Nah.
I'm calling it. Listen to Sports Talk this week. Watch.
They're gonna make
Boom.
it. They're gonna make
Oh,
it.
gonna be
because that's
quarterback
how they get
controversy.
their listeners and their viewers. They
But-
have nothing to talk about because they rather go for the hype versus really having a Ray Didinger style conversation. Every time they call him, he's like, "Y'all are out of pocket."
They're going to be raving about Minshew. Watch when I tell you. They're going to be
Gardner
raving about
Minshew should
Minshew.
be doing this. They're going to be foaming at the
Ooh.
mouth about Minshew this week. I'm
Ooh.
not even going to listen. I'm going to go get my free coffee though.
They
Well,
are
guys,
hitting in this game.
we thank you guys for joining us, man, for the Eagles Talk post-game show. Our Philadelphia Eagles again victorious over the New York Jets, 33-18. We
Oh,
will
my
be back on
goodness.
Thursday to after we break down and watch the game sober. We'll come back on Thursday and we'll talk about even more upon further review. So check us out on Thursday, 7 o'clock, same bat channel, same bat time.
Ooh.
I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight. For Pat and Nichelle, we will see y'all Thursday. We're out. Peace.
We go live in 5, 4, 3, 2. Smash him up, crack that fool. Quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool. Hit him,